Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Toby here. It is bright and early at 6:30 a.m. But today we're going to be filming solely getting the boost cam installed at Hades Motorsports. But guess what? Once again, we have a 2-hour road trip to go do it. I am running a little bit late, so let's hop in the clout truck and get to the shop. This drive was a rough one. I'm really tired. I should not have stayed up so late wrapping the car the other night because like it's just dragging now. This is the second day that I've woken up at like 5:30 a.m. and I didn't sleep much too. I went to sleep at like 2. I went and saw Renfield with Xander last night.
Y'all know who this is. So pulling engine and trans all together, it's got to drop out the bottom. So start with exhaust. Exhaust comes out. It's over there. And then drive shaft, you don't have to take it out, you just got to take it off of the transmission. And when you lower it, just got to be careful that it stays above so it doesn't get caught on the drive shaft. Got to take out the shifter linkage, you have to take out the steering rack right there. All the suspension parts would be just the 2 strut bolts, sway bar link. Caliper, you can just hang it from the springs. And there's going to be a speed sensor right over here. You just take it out, and that's pretty much it from the underside. There's a few panels I had to take out. Obviously drain the fluid. You don't have to take the tranny lines out because it goes to the radiator, and the radiator pretty much, or like, you know, the radiator area pretty much all drops down together. Like literally everything will drop down together, and you could, you know, take it out later. You got to take the starter out, and then you have to take your torque converter bolts out, because we're going to take the engine off of the transmission. On top, it's these 2 hoses go right onto there. It's the main wiring harness. You got a fuel line right on the fuel rail there. You got a vacuum hose back there. Another vacuum hose on this line down here. And that's pretty much it. You got to disconnect the AC lines, and that's about it. Everything drops down, radiator, everything.
So all within the same day, the employees, along with Drew at Hades Motorsports, were able to disassemble the entire short block. I mean, literally down to the bare short block within 10 hours. So they worked relentlessly throughout the entire night to get it done. So there's my bottom end. You can see the new pistons in there from GPI. And we have the entire car part right here. This is my boy Drew, who I've been following on TikTok for a long time.
Yes, sir.
So what you guys are seeing right now is the install of my aftermarket camshaft from GP Tuning at Hades Motorsports. The guys at the shop were actually playing some really copyrighted music, so obviously I can't play that, and I figured why not do this as an opportunity for voiceovers. So I have quite a wide lobe separation angle on this aftermarket camshaft, implying that it won't really chop as much as a narrow lobe separation angle with high duration and high lift. Now what you guys see them pouring on the actual camshaft as they slide it in is some sort of lubrication to ensure that it can be easily going into the bottom end. Now from a personal perspective, I thought this was super cool. I obviously have never done a crankshaft, or I meant to say a camshaft install on a bottom end for the LT platform, so obviously it was interesting and an eye-opener. Maybe I would try something like this in the future. So once the camshaft install was all finished up and buttoned up, I think the next thing that they moved on to was installing my new hydraulic lifters from Johnson, and they also assembled my heads. So they put new valve springs in there, new trunnions, I think that's how you pronounce it, and new rocker arms as well. Let me think, what else? Valve springs, etc, to make sure that all the supporting mods are there for the new camshaft. Furthermore, I got to see the assembly of the heads with the new valve springs, so they used this crazy tool to put them together. I'm not entirely sure what it's called, but it did look pretty unique. And then from there, I also observed the entire bottom end itself, taking a look at these brand new GPI rods and pistons. Now, if you guys recall, I went with the Cali Compstar rods, so these are rated for about 1,000 crank horsepower. They're supposed to be drop-in, but the whole reason why I wanted to do some balancing is for extra reassurance and safety. And then the GPI drop-in diamond pistons that go on the top of them are actually rated for over 1,000 wheel horsepower. So the weak point in this whole engine build are the connecting rods. It is what it is, but maybe I'll sell the block later on and go with a 416 stroker bottom end with some new heads. So basically what you guys just saw was the lifters going back in. What else? Oh yeah, the cam just went in, and now you're putting back on the timing chain?
Yes, sir. Which has the timing chain on.
So how hard is it to do, like, overall, like, build the motor?
It's not exactly hard itself, like,
It's just meticulous, right?
It's meticulous and just time consuming. Like, you know, we had to put the connecting rods and pistons together, and that takes time.
So Drew's gonna explain to you guys what he's doing right now with the, those are rocker arms?
Yeah, those are the rocker arms. So we pretty much have to press in the new bushing and new bearing. They're just upgraded bushings and bearings. You pretty much do that whenever you go cam or do some sort of valve train work. Typically when you go cam, you upgrade them. So I'm pushing the bushing in. These are all the bushings here. And the bearing, the rocker arm. These would pretty much go through, and that's what spins.
So I'm pulling out right now, and as you guys saw, we had what? The valve springs done in the video. We also got the lifters, rods and pistons. I showed what they look like, the new ones from GPI. We also got the new oil pump just now as I'm leaving from K-Tech, and I just don't want to hold John's car hostage because this isn't my car. I think I'm just gonna head back to Orlando for now and then have Drew take some more pictures and videos. He's been taking them, and we'll insert them as is. I think I'm also gonna voice over explaining certain parts because there was copyrighted music playing in the shop. You guys know how YouTube is with that. So I might just explain what was being shown instead of actually playing the real sound. But besides that, I need to work on Sally's side exit exhaust, and my car literally should be done by the end of today. They said they could reassemble the entire thing maybe tomorrow, and I'll probably pick it up on Thursday or Friday if I'm being honest. So the reason why I never made an update video on the whole install of the built motor is because I requested that Hades Motorsport drops off the crankshaft for balancing, and I haven't had an update since then. So obviously the machine shop takes a little bit. It takes them about 3 to 4 days to get everything sorted out, but I think we're going to be picking up the car this week. It's currently, what? I think we're in May, the 21st. So yeah, while I'm editing this vlog, I just realized that I never said anything about it, that the crankshaft was going to get balanced. So they further disassembled the short block, sent off the crankshaft to a machine shop in Orlando, and then when I get an update, we'll go pick up the car, but it should be ready to go by the end of this week. But that's pretty much going to do it for this vlog. If you guys enjoyed it, please remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.